Hi guys, this is Jody again, and we are going to continue on with our lesson on quad modeling by looking at the tools in the Quadface tools bar extension up here. So what I wanted to do was just go over some of the most important tools that I use on this bar. We don't use all of them, or I don't use all of them on a regular basis, so I'm just going to go over the ones that I think are the most important right now. And then if we want to, we can perhaps do another lesson at another time. So the first thing that I'm going to look at is this selection, this group of buttons at the top. It's the ring select and the loop select that we're going to look at. So a ring is any selection of edges that are essentially parallel to each other. And when we use this very first button, we're going to select an edge, and then we're going to select this button, which is going to highlight all of the lines in that, all of the edges in that particular ring. We can look at it on the sphere over here as well. We select the edge, and then we select the ring. It's going to make a selection for all of those items that go all the way around that sphere. It can go in the other direction as well. But you will notice that the selection will end when we get to the triangle at the top, because the triangles are not part of the Quadface tool set and cannot be selected with any of these tools in that manner. So it's again another reason why we like to try to maintain our geometry as quads, to make it easier for us to do group selections like this. Okay, and then the second tool that I want to talk about is the loop select tool. Now a loop is any selection of lines that meet end to end. So a loop is going to go all the way around. The edges are going end to end all the way around. And again, if we do it this way, our selection is going to stop when we get to the triangles up at the top and the bottom. Okay, so once we've selected a ring or a loop, you'll also notice that there are plus and minus tools up here where we can select the edge and we can go plus and increase our selection, or minus to decrease the selection. And then we can go the other way with the loop, increase, whoops, let's select one line and we will, we'll increase the selection one at a time, and then we can decrease it again. Okay. The other tool that I like to use are these three over here on this end. These are the insert loop, delete loop, and multiple insertions. We'll look at those in a second. So, you know, what I like to be able to do is select the whole ring and then insert another loop. And so now we've created extra geometry here, and then we can, you know, say we wanted to scale that. We can have that one ring selected, we can have this loop selected, and we can scale that. We can do all kinds of funky stuff to our sphere here. Okay, so here's another example of something that I would do. Just insert your loop there, and then ring select and insert another loop. And then let's say you decided, oh, I don't really want that loop there, select the whole thing, and then you can hit the X and delete that loop. So just to give you an idea of how we use these tools, I've got a little piece here that looks kind of like the beginnings of a sofa arm perhaps, and if we turn sub D on this particular piece, you can see right now it's kind of blobby. It doesn't really have a whole lot of shape to it, so we're going to add some definition to it, and we're going to do that by inserting loops and moving them around. So I'm going to select this ring, I'm going to insert a loop, and I'm just going to move it down a little bit so that it's kind of identifying the edge there. I'm going to do the same thing over here, and then I'm going to use this tool. I could just insert one loop, but what I really want to do is show you this tool, which inserts multiple loops at one time. So I know this little box is small, it's because the my screen resolution is so high, but the first window here identifies how many extra loops you want to put in. You can make it 3, you could make it 10, you could make it 2. I'm going to keep it at 2, and then the second Window is how they're spaced. If we put it at 0, everything is evenly spaced. If we put it up to 90, it's spread out, or we could do minus 90 and things are going to get really close together. So I want to keep this at plus 90. Put those pieces right over to the edge, and then you'll kind of see what that's going to do. Now we've got a little bit more shape to our sofa arm here. And then one other place where I'm going to add some more detail. Again, I'm going to ring select, and I'm going to insert this, and I'm actually going to put in 3 here. And then I want to change this to, let's say 60. We don't need it quite so close to the edge. And then we got to hit the check mark to approve that insertion. All right, and then I'm going to select this piece right here. Whoops, actually I want to, let's just do plus, and we'll get the 2 on either side of it, and I'm going to move this piece up. And then I'm going to do that with these 2 here, shift select and then plus to get the loop on either side. And I'm going to move this up a little bit as well. So you can see how I'm kind of creating a shape here. And now when I put sub D on, you can see I've started to create a nice soft round shape that will eventually be the arm of my sofa. Okay. All right, so those are the most important tools at the moment. We may get into some of the other ones as well, but that should get you started in working with sub D and Quadface tools.